Welcome behind the scenes at the DEA Museum. I'm Emma, the museum technician, and I'm here to introduce this month's featured artifact, a New York Times magazine featuring Nicky Barnes. Every month, we'll take you into the collection and share stories about our most exciting objects. The first New York Times magazine was published in September 1896 and contained the first photograph ever printed in the newspaper. This magazine was published June 5, 1977, and features an article on the infamous Harlem drug dealer Leroy Barnes, better known as Nicky Barnes. Barnes was born and raised in Harlem, New York. He began dealing drugs in his 20s and eventually ended up in prison in 1965. There, he met gangster Joseph Gallo, also known as Crazy Joe, who taught him what he knew about dealing illegal drugs. Barnes's conviction ended up being reversed and he was released from prison. Once out, Barnes established his own trafficking network. Barnes's organization took over the local drug trade from long-entrenched Italian crime organizations. His syndicate made enormous profits by cutting and packaging low-quality heroin. Barnes eventually controlled the manufacture and sale of heroin throughout New York State and extended his business into Canada and Pennsylvania. Barnes modeled his growing empire after other successful organized crime families by building administrative layers between himself and his crimes. He also rented numerous apartments across the city so his operations could be moved when needed. This made it very difficult for law enforcement to apprehend him. Even though he was arrested numerous times, few charges ever stuck, which earned him the nickname Mr. Untouchable. He even bragged in this article about sending the police tailing him on wild goose chases across the city. After years of undercover work, DEA, along with the U.S. Attorney in New York, infiltrated the Barnes syndicate and assembled a case that led to his conviction. On January 19, 1978, Barnes was sentenced to life in prison. While in prison, Barnes decided to testify against his own organization. He was eventually released in 1998 and placed in protective custody for the remainder of his life. This magazine is only one of over 45,000 artifacts, photographs, videos, and documents in the DEA Museum's collection. Each illuminates the important moments in the history of DEA, federal drug law enforcement, and drug use in American culture. To learn more about DEA's work and other fascinating stories from the collection, follow the museum on Facebook, go to deamuseum.org, or visit the museum in person. Thanks for joining us.